100 Mob in the building, your frog face having that, and you already know what it is with me. Shout out to OG the Boss Man, repping Baton Rouge, Louisiana. About to drop this album called Right Back. You already know what it is, nigga. We ain't gonna community tab nor drop the link. We gonna drop the tracks exclusively up on the Real Field TV, nigga. So y'all be on the lookout for that, man. Straight up, we gonna drop it track by track, nigga. We gonna take it up a notch, you know what I'm saying, with this promotion thing. We need new sounds, man. It is what it is. If you don't like it, go and get it up with me real quick. Hold on, let me see what you're talking about. Ain't nothing going on. Oh, Lord. And straight up and down. I needed to come with my homeboys like Tristan from Blue Hill Avenue, nigga. Straight up and down. Everything blazing. Yeah, that's how they supposed to came behind me, but I took the L. I'll take it this time, but you already know we gonna come back, nigga. Straight up and down. Nah, we want to talk about music. Straight up and down. Know what I'm talking about? Because we don't talk about music and we don't understand, you know, what people is saying. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you got to listen to Maine Music talk and you got to listen to him closely. Now, everybody was telling me a couple days ago about what he said about XXL, you know what I'm saying, and all this and that. And they feel like the man not XXL worthy. They keep talking about what he got on, what he dressing like and all that. And it all boils down to, you know, first y'all love somebody, you know what I mean? Y'all don't like them, you know what I'm saying? And then y'all love them again, then y'all don't like them again. So, you know, the fans is not loyal, nigga. Because when he was up on this run dropping all of these videos back to back and back to back, you know, a lot of people was saying to themselves that, man, he a good rapper, bro. He about to do this, he about to do that and do this. And then when he don't live up to what y'all think y'all expectations is, know what I mean? Never mind the fact that he feeding his family, he getting money, you know what I'm saying? He done took y'all to Iceman Nick. Y'all steady talking about his jewelry, y'all steady talking about his clothes. Y'all got everything negative to say about Maine Music. And now y'all going so far as say that they're not XXL worthy when XXL was posting articles about him when he was behind there. You know what I'm saying? This part of what he mentioned and what he talking about, because like I said, they was behind Maine Music as long as he was back there and before he went in. You see what I'm saying? Now it's a different day and time. Yeah, of course he got older, but the lyrics has advanced. This is what y'all got to understand. The wordplay has advanced. So he became more of an artist than he ever was. You know what I'm saying? He probably seeing more bread than he ever was before. Y'all keep thinking somebody was on top because of what y'all felt at the time and what y'all standards are. But y'all don't know what his success is, what he mark as success. So this is what y'all got to realize about this whole Maine Music thing. And when we talk about the whole XXL rant that he went on and the little rant, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I don't think he was that serious, man. He just trying to say, you know what I'm saying? When niggas is where they at, you know what I mean? And, you know, they deal with you. And you know what I'm saying? When they see the work you putting in when you out here on ground, they act like they don't want to jump on board. That's what I got from it. I'm going to let y'all hear. Because like I say, you got to listen to Maine Music real close when he talks sometime. Or else you'll misinterpret what he's saying. Because he like to rhyme while he talk. And a lot of people got something to say about that. You know, everybody say something about Maine Music, whatever he do. And this is how I know, you know what I mean, he got some type of superstar in him. When he got people talking, it don't matter what they say, good or bad. You know, every publicity, you know what I mean, every piece of it is good publicity if you turn it into that. And y'all been talking about him way before he was up on this run that we talking about a run. You know, the dropping videos back to back and all this, dropping music and putting in more work than he was before when he went in. He releasing way more music. And now he done drowned y'all with music. Now y'all talking about his subpar. You know what I'm saying? No. You niggas just can't keep up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas can't keep up, so they gonna try to look at views, but you're not looking at how many people is gravitating. You know what I'm saying? How much other platforms is growing because of the work that he putting in. How much other artists that he done tapped in with. You know what I mean? 8 legs is for a reason, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, he's spreading them out, you know what I'm saying? So he can have many legs inside this music thing. When he hook up with Nino Calvin and stuff like that, he hook up with certain artists like Mozzie, that's spreading your legs, pause. You see what I'm saying? It's like you got to get them, you know what I'm saying, to the point where, you know what I mean, you got music in the West, you got music in the South, where you at, then you got your own music out, then you might got music in the Midwest, you tap in with different artists. This is what Maine music do, you know what I mean? So like I said, him this, you know, not be on Double XL, you know, it's crazy to me, you know what I'm saying? Because it's niggas that didn't do what Maine music did that was up there, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, you know what I mean? It ain't like he don't got the image and the notoriety as far as like people know who he is. People know who he is, you know what I mean? Then I could go on record and I could say that, you know, as far as, you know, bar for bar with a lot of these niggas, you know what I'm saying? Main music is actually being versatile when he talk about, you know what I mean, his kids and stuff in his raps, and he talk about all these other things opening up. You got to look at that. You know what I mean? And a lot of artists is doing that nowadays, but Main music is adding lyrics and adding his own sauce to the game. So like I said, we're going to let y'all hear what he said about the whole Double XL, you know what I mean, and this and that. And like I said, we need to stop going by these magazines and thinking that they are the pedestal to what we need to be, because these magazines got their own votes. We done seen Forbes top 50, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, if you look at that, this is gonna make you mad, you know what I mean? But when we talk about somebody in the South that's holding it down with lyrics, you know what I mean, and that, you know, all the way gravitating and taking some of the new flavor with it, Main music, you know what I mean? We got other people out there doing it as well, but like I said, it's a lot of doubt. It seems like a lot of people turning on Main music and what he got going on. And like I said, man, when we sit back and we look at it for what it is, we can't, you know what I mean, say that the fans and some of them ain't phony, because these are the same fans that was bigging them up when he dropped music that they like, then they own it. You know what I mean? Then the next video, if it's something different that they not used to, they don't like the artist enough to try to give it a chance. You got to get things a couple of listens. You know what I mean? And stop gravitating to everything when it come down to op music, man. Niggas want too much op music, and niggas is tired of that, man. All you keep talking about is what you done did and what you gonna do. But then when you get hemmed up, then you're sitting up there trying to be a trustee, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to do all type of stuff to duck that wreck. So it is what it is, man. We don't want to sit up here and talk about that no more, man. We want to talk about how people elevating with their raps and how they elevating with their music and their careers. And we here to push new music that niggas ain't never heard, niggas may never heard if it wasn't for the Real Field TV. So like I said, man, we want to shout out Main music and what he doing. We want to shout out all the BR artists that's sitting up here pushing the lyrics and pushing things. You know what I mean? Because if it ain't for them, then how they gonna look at BR as being serious if it's a whole bunch of music, you know what I mean, that's bounce related, you know what I mean, other things that, you know, is Louisiana, but at the end of the day, ain't no lyrics in it. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's a lot of great lyricists that come out of Louisiana, not just BR, you know, but we got to look at Main music for who he is. He is one of the top 3 people right now, if you want to pull him out of Louisiana, you know what I'm saying, that ain't from the old school, you know what I'm saying? He's still a new school artist. You still got to think about it. You know what I mean? Yeah, he older than us, but know what I'm saying, you got to think about it, man. When he went in, I think he was like, what, know what I'm saying, 24 or something like that. Know what I mean? So look, you know what I mean? It's a lot of growth. You know what I mean? You nigga reading books, he doing a lot of things, you know what I mean? So we got to sit back and look at things for what it is, man, not take things for just face value. A lot of people, they going to say what they going to say about Main music, but if they didn't put out as many videos or put in as much work, how you going to sit up there and try to, you know, go against the grain and try to act like he did nothing since he been out? Because when he first got out and he releasing like 5 videos every 2 months, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, you niggas was like, he ain't pressing the gas, he not doing enough in this. This is why I say the same people love you, same people turn on you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, Maine can't be worried about, you know what I mean, what the fans thinking, and the fans can't be worried about what Maine doing, because like I said, you weren't about how a nigga dress, you weren't about his swag, worry about the lyrics and worry about the songs, man. And most of all, y'all fans need to start worrying about a nigga safety too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Since y'all care about everything else, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Wish some good on a nigga sometimes. sometimes. See, y'all gotta stop, you know what I mean, trying to turn this thing into something that it's not. You know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of senseless talk. You know what I mean? If a nigga rap good, he rap good. He put out good music, he put out good music. If he feel like he should be in the XXL, he should be in the XXL. So it is what it is. But I'm gonna let Maine talk to y'all and let him tell you out his own mouth.
Y'all shit in the penitentiary and all that when they had all that hype shit. In the loops and all that kites and all that. I bought y'all shit. Alright, just don't have me on that bitch next shit. I'm never fucking with y'all again. And I'm gonna catch y'all with a big ass XXL long